Tom Brady has talked about the mediocrity of today's NFL, how the younger players are not developing, the coaching is not as high level, there's a lot of mistakes, a lot of rules that are creating bad habits. He even mentioned lately that the best opportunity for a young quarterback is just like what Jordan Love went through sitting behind an Aaron Rodgers, because you get to learn the tendencies. You get to really learn the game of football from somebody that has been there, done that, and has seen every single thing at the highest level and has done it at the highest level in Aaron Rodgers. So that aspect of the game, if I do want to quote Michael Irvin, we're losing recipes. We are losing recipes, man, because the history of the game, the Rodney Harrisons, the Ray Lewises, the most passionate players, the Troy Polamalu's, the guys that were in my generation, there's plenty ahead of my generation. These types of guys and the way the game was played, it is not today's game. The game is not only played differently, coached differently, the rules are different, everything is moving in a completely different direction. And Tom Brady, the GOAT of it all, has basically come out and said on multiple occasions that the game is not what it used to be. There's a lot of mediocrity. And I tend to agree with him. The way the game is played has completely changed for these younger quarterbacks. It's very much handed to them. A lot of them are not going out there, learning, practicing, gaining experience, growing, and actually thinking about different tendencies and different things that they see in film. Instead, they are gaining and learning what they have to do from their coach, and that's strictly that. The coach has almost taken control over these younger quarterbacks and allowing them to do XYZ. That has been a majority of what has been going on in today's game, in my opinion. They're not letting these guys be quarterbacked and allowing them to grow. The developing of young quarterbacks has been very much a churn process of, you don't get it, all right, we need to get you out of here. All right, you don't get it either, we need to get you out of here. And it has been the same with some coaching. The coaching has dipped, and that's why I was so upset to see Bill Belichick leave the Patriots. And I'm very happy that we got a Gerard Mayo, because at first I wasn't, but slowly after hearing him and understanding his process about things, how he doesn't want to micromanage everyone. He brought in a lot of players that were in the building, like a Dante Hightower, like a Matthew Slater. I mean, that is very important. I'm not the biggest fan of us covering up our memorabilia and our history and our building. I will probably make a separate video about that. But the fact that Tom Brady talking about this, probably the past year, 6 months-ish, on and off on different platforms and different interviews, I think it's very alarming, because I felt that way. I didn't know how to put it into words until he, this past year, had started to talk about it and really break it down, because, I mean, clearly, who knows better than the greatest of all time? That's also why the most exciting part of the Patriots quarterback room, and if you haven't seen my full-on depth in that, go ahead and check that video out. But the reason I'm excited is because of a Jacoby Brissett. He's going to be able to teach a Drake May how to run this offense. Hell, if it's not Drake May, a Joe Milton, a Bailey Zappi, we need to develop all of our young talent, because you never know who's going to be the guy. You really do not know who's going to become what. So that's the most important thing. Having somebody in the building that can teach your young guys to develop as a pro, to develop in their system, in this offense, this Alexander Van Pelt offense, which Brissett has been in. Another reason why it's important to have those types of people in the building for your younger guys to develop them. Like Tom said, Jordan Love being able to sit behind an Aaron Rodgers has got to be one of the most impactful things. Hell, if you watch Jordan Love play today in this past season, there were things that were Aaron Rodgers-esque, because he was able to see it on a day-to-day basis and learn how to break it down mechanically. Hell, I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers had, here, that's what you got to do. No, Jordan Love was smart enough to understand, watch, and learn and grasp all of that information and build on it and grow and develop as a young quarterback. Hell, all of the greatest of all time have developed behind somebody else. Tom Brady behind Bledsoe. Pat Mahomes behind Alex Smith. You might say Peyton Manning, but guess what? His father was an NFL quarterback, if you didn't know that, for the New Orleans Saints back in the day, Archie Manning. There is a process and a way to grow and develop as a young quarterback in this game. And if you do not understand that, you are going to fall by the wayside because of the coaching, the experience, the development of the young guys, whether you're a quarterback, receiver, or whomever. I think it's very, very important to understand the history of the game, acknowledge it, and learn from it. All of those players could grow and learn from something from somebody in the past. It's very, very fucking true. So regardless how the game is played, if you do not get back to the fundamentals and the history of how it is done, not just X's and O's, but doing what's right, not passing where you're going to get a receiver hurt or putting a guy in jeopardy to get hit and be knocked out for the season. There are little intricacies to the game that maybe a younger guy today might not even think about, that they might pick up from an experienced vet. Let me know what you think down below of what I've said, Tom Brady's comments, and your own thoughts and opinions. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
It's time!